HYPERSPIRIT just beat Gentlemates on Nuke a couple days ago on LAN, right? This is a map that HYPERSPIRIT have a pretty decent understanding on how to play. Their individuals feel good. Star players yesterday had a phenomenal showing, and this is something that you're probably going to be hoping it repeats itself. Astro have one thing that is going on very well for them when it comes down to Nuke, and this is that in general they're very good at pistol rounds, right? Around 60% of the pistol rounds they play on this map, they convert, so they have very strong starts to their CT sides and their T sides. But other than that, the moment that the game goes on for a little bit longer, they do experience issues. With them, they either stop their opponents or they lose the map, has been the trend lately. And with HYPERSPIRIT starting on the CT side, it might be a little bit more difficult to stomp them straight away. With that being said, though, we're going to waste no more time diving right into that first map of the second game of the day. And Raga already opening things up with that P2K towards outside.
Well, Chicago over here finally gets his way with the squeaky door. And not just that, but another one on top of it all. HYPERSPIRIT starts off strong. Are they in a different setup, or is this just a camera angle we didn't see before? That is sick, dude.
You know what this is? This is the Draculan facility. This is the Nexus Gaming Hub in Bucharest.
That's
I don't think they were there yesterday because I didn't recognize it, but this is one and all fun fact. You know ASTRAL, right? The Romanian caster.
Yeah. I met him actually, funnily enough.
Yeah. I've played a 1v1 against ASTRAL on these PCs that the players are playing on right now.
Did he win?
Did he win?
Did you win?
Oh, did I win? Hell yeah.
Of course you did. I bet you that you're like actually good at the game. Kind of.
To be fair, at a certain point, he just started running and shooting, and he did kill me a couple times in a row, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
That works?
And he literally told me, he literally turned around towards me. He was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's working.
Woo! That's a headless cat. Not a very good look over there, meowpop. Out and about, HYPERSPIRIT. I mean, this is fantastic. They invest into 4 rifles. This is supposed to be a little bit of a riskier investment as well over here, where you're not sure if maybe you lose a few too many players coming forward. They'll keep them all alive. They keep so much utility going forward into the next round as well. This is the best you could possibly have in the second round.
All right. It is a HYPERSPIRIT 2-0 on the start, but yeah, as I said in the beginning, I feel like there's a lack of consistency when it comes down to Astro, and I think a lot of these teams are maybe to some extent underestimating how much pure skill HYPERSPIRIT has on a lot of these individuals. I'd say one of the teams that I would back for a potential 2-0 even in today's matchups. That is if we don't see some of that X factor that we had out of guys like Raid 5.
Yeah.
Like meowpop yesterday, like Neki. Interestingly enough, GXX was not really one of the standout performers for Astro. He had his moments, but it was the others. It was the youngsters that were able to make the difference in a lot of occasions.
Yeah. Incendiaries and grenades galore, but there is a player who's seated himself inside Secret. It's Swizz. I think they must have realized he's going down. Adron is certainly very committed out to the lower bomb site in case there is someone who's made their way over. Ray.
Good punish.
That's ambitious from Raga, and although I love ambition, I have to say that might not be the best way to put it out there. 5 versus 3 as Astral are hoping to make their mark into the scoreboard with the first round. Neki heard that drop down as well.
Yeah. It's no silent choker. Now, important fight. He's going to be able to get a double kill. Refrag not really there though, and Adron will get dropped as well. Star players, they should know he's there. They heard him drop from heaven. At any moment now should get spotted out of the heaven. Player hasn't been seen yet. There goes the information, and Neki will be able to claim that kill. It's a triple out of Neki. He was one of the very cool players to watch yesterday, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of skill on this team. There's a lot of lack of experience, and I think it's quite obvious, but there is a bunch of very, very skilled players. And also, yeah, the Nexus Gaming Hub is quite decent. It's very cool. They do make good coffee as well. You do drink coffee, don't you?
I actually don't. I was hoping you would have asked me that. I was just thinking,
because I remember there was something. I remember there was something. I think you were a tea guy, right?
I don't actually drink tea or coffee. I drink it at events just because, like, you know, if you have to stay awake, but it's not something where I know enough about it because I drink a fair bit or something. So coffee to me is just like, it's just bitter. It's just coffee.
Yeah, because I've seen you drink coffee when we work together, but
I'm not
I think
against it.
Sure. It's just not a must thing in your day.
Yeah, it's just not one of those things where I have an opinion on it because I just haven't consumed enough.
You don't have to know enough in order to have an opinion.
Yeah, but they all just taste the same.
Being an esports pundit is all about.
Hey, now about that one Baltic team that I've never seen, but I'm about to cast. I think they've got potential.
Yeah.
I'm giving away the secrets while Chicardo is giving away kills. Astral have always found a very steady pair of hands in Ray. Yesterday it was with the Deagles and the pistols that he was looking spectacular.
Hello.
Right now he is looking, well, dead.
They've mollied heaven from the CT side, and Adron. Oh, why is he running? Adron, why is he making steps? Why didn't they clear him out? GXX will even get dinked by the FAMAS. Nicky does get a kill in the meantime. Demon's looking for him, but they've dropped him. They're going down to B bomb side. Where's Star Players? He's already down there, but he's still lingering around Secret.
Star Players wants to peek out while the bomb's being planted right as it gets dialed in. If it was a little bit earlier, this 1v2 would have been certainly a lot more doable for Dima, but now with the bomb down, Neki and Swizz covering off his potential ascent. Neki, beautiful. Absolutely lovely. Head taken clean off.
Yeah, this was a very nice find out of Neki. 2 in a row now. CT side economy not really being on offer anymore. Following Neki, he's an interesting fella. Joined this team in July of 2025, just 20 years old. As of right now, 125 maps on HLTV. This is what we're looking at. I'm actually gonna do the... I want to see his FACEIT profile.
Win, 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 win.
There's 2 verified Nekis on FACEIT, and both of them are level 10 from Estonia. How is that possible? I do have a mutual friend with one of them. I think this is our Neki. Yep. Who is the mutual friend? How can I see that?
Open up Facebook. Friends.
All right.
Raga's gone over here, and this is going to be a comfortable anti-eco. There's a stack that they walk into, but it's a stack they kick over.
Astro is... They are playing ESTA main, by the way, and they're 10-4 in main. Neki is 3,962 elo, so he's number 586 on FACEIT. He's the 4th highest rated elo player in Estonia with 3,760 matches. Some might say rookie numbers. And he's got 14.7k hours. He's got 136.8 hours past 2 weeks, by the way. These are some respectable numbers.
Read it and weep, barely. I don't know why I'm bringing up a reference from 2018.
Have you ever reached 140 hours past 2 weeks?
Actually, yeah. A couple of times.
Yeah. 140.
Yeah. That's a 10-hour a day average, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to shut down my computer when I went on vacation.
Sure.
No, I actually, the first times I got invited to LANs, I over-prepped a lot. So I did just spend like 10, 12 hours a day obsessing over demos where there's ways to do it faster. There's better ways to do it for anyone who's hoping to be a caster. Research is important, but it shouldn't all be in the game. Still's out and about, and Dima's been forced off by it. There's a lot of fire under his feet, but a 1-for-1 is still where Chicardo can push forward, move closer to the bomb, and allow the rest of his team to come over. How has he gotten another kill? Big one of that, and with an HE to fly through, is that grenade going to give him 3? Yes, it is. The only one to find action here is Chicardo, and Star Players wants to be involved as well. Bomb's never going to go anywhere, and Neki is being gunned down, chased away. Neki doesn't even know how to go into that smoke right now. Oh, Star Players is rotating. He's reading into this being a B-side finish, but this is a slow rotation. Ramp is a very long journey. Neki is planting out in the open and going back to Squeaky.
6 bullets.
There's no way he wins this one. With his low HP, he's over-taught it, and Chicardo, what a hero's effort in trying to hold down that site, man, but that hero really desperately needed a sidekick.
I think it was Raga that tried to go up the vent there to support his teammates and maybe offered him a way out, but the bomb gets dropped. It's just the smoke that Neki had that makes it so weird for Star Players. He couldn't even reload. Felt like if he hits the reload on the upper bomb side, then Neki's just gonna fly up the vent and get the kill. If he hits the reload in lobby, Neki has all the information, so he had to play this one with 6 bullets on low HP. As you said, it was a good attempt coming out of Chocodile to actually deal with this. But Neki's been so clutch for this Astro team. This time, Star Players' TV is off. That's a step in the right direction. You know what I do wonder? I wonder where that Astro bootcamp is and why do they have the Lorgar PCs and everything.
You know what? Someone did tweet us yesterday whose bio said that he's the coach of Astro.
It's Toys Era, yeah.
It might be worth messaging him.
I mean, maybe not now because he's in game.
Five sevens, 5-7, 5-7, a lot of 5-7. HYPERSPIRIT are yet to break through in any round past the first 2. All of that money they'd managed to build up now seems insignificant. Meowpop. Peek in over here would be a dangerous proposition. And it's a proposition he's dealt with very, very quickly. Meowpop, 2 big entries in against the half-buy. Considering how many rounds we saw being filled versus the 5-7s, don't make any mistake, that is just as important as any other round.
I am trying to still find the destination of their bootcamp, by the way. I am browsing through the feed. I think it might be in Latvia because they did play the Riga LAN, right? They might still be there.
And it makes sense because actually Lorgar, the sponsor for the Lorgar Ranking Company, the primary sort of company that's helping make this happen, they have an official partner in Latvia called Baltic Data. You can click the banner below the stream to take advantage of the exclusive offer available only for Lorgar Rankings viewers. And maybe that's why they could be in Latvia, because there's Baltic Data there. You know what would be pretty cool? If like sort of gear manufacturing companies, peripherals and everything, if they just had boot camps around the world. Like, can you imagine like if Lorgar just had like SIG boot camps in every country you went to? You can just go play there on their PCs and be like, whoa, this is awesome. I want to buy this, actually. Guys, I'm ready to be hired by your marketing team. Drop me a line on Twitter.
You know what? If they do make a bootcamp somewhere in Sofia and Bulgaria, I'll do it for free.
Chicago's gone.
Please don't clip that. But yeah, he is gone. And he's been the multi-kill machine for this HYPERSPIRIT side so far. Astro started this one very, very well. 5-2 lead. Opening kill into round number 8. This could be 6 rounds on the T side already. Dima Moving towards the back of the smoke, and they've just slowed things down. They're waiting for a CT side reaction right now, and this is not bad at all. They've got the re-smokes for the default wall in towards outside Molotov to slow them down, but it doesn't really feel like they wanted to go secret either way. Never mind. Actually, they'll just wait it out. Waiting out the HE as well. Star players won't see a thing.
Astral is going to find the kill on the star players as well on top of it all, so you can't even start to rotate away. Raga, 1 kill on the op is nice, but that rotation power for the op is going to be completely missing. HYPERSPIRIT at this point. With the kill on Neki, maybe there's a reason to go and contest this, actually. The lack of the kill is still concerning, but they will pick one up on the way. Raga is just hightailing it back to save, though. He's not having any conversations about this at all. Astral is running away with this a little bit, and I feel a sense of regret right now, Ted. Because I came into this saying, I don't know if Astral's a nuke team. They're a nuke team, buddy.
You know what's the thing? First of all, I think they're disciplined. Second of all, I think we are seeing a little bit more certainty out of some of the individuals. Because we did discuss it yesterday. With a lot of these younger teams where players are less known and they're not the recycled names that we know from the scene, like GXXs that have been around for a while and have played on multiple teams. With some of these guys, they will be very skilled, but at times it would be difficult to actually see that skill on show because of the lack of experience. And maybe at times, you know, not reading situations well, communication not being as clear, making some micro mistakes that stop them from showcasing their potential. I think in this game so far, on that T side, we've not seen as many of these moments where people are just distracted, and that will happen for young players. They will get distracted. I know the counter argument is these are professional players, they shouldn't be, you know, making such silly mistakes, but it is the most normal thing in the world when you're a youngster. But if you don't make the mistakes, even if it does feel a little bit volatile, you can still play dominant Counter-Strike.
Ray.
Oh god.
Once again finding Shakar, though. That last line of resistance. Well, it's going to be a line in the sand, very quickly erased. The bomb is back in T-spawn, so for the CTs, if you can find a kill over here, maybe that chaos will be useful. Raga is now incredibly concerned. He doesn't want to be in a position where he loses out on a kill, but he also doesn't feel comfortable staying here now that that door's been opened up. Raga with a
nice kill.
Rifle barrel exposed will be given a free equalizer. Smoke down.
Probably not what you wanted to do was break the door there, by the way. Usually it's very good to put pressure on the A players, but especially because they knew there was a player lurking in towards the back of the smoke and that it was Ray. The Opera was just ready. Star players will drop one missed opportunity from GXX to get that refrag. It's a very difficult shot towards the back of Config on the headshot angle, though, onto Star players. Raga just keeps on racking them up.
Tima comes in from behind as well, and it feels like HYPERSPIRIT will not just get around, they'll get one incredibly cleanly. So with 4 players kept alive, their chances at recovering this half at least become a viable discussion. But Astral, no matter what happens at this point, they do have more than enough rounds of this T signed. We're already walking into bonus round territory for them.
Yeah, we are. In all reality, this is the type of round where HYPERSPIRIT are just saying, okay, if you are giving us 1v1s across the board, we can punish you. You need to go back to, you know, having a straight-up idea off of spawn and moving as a unit a little bit more. You're a bit disjointed, giving us opportunities to get individual fights. This is where a team like HYPERSPIRIT feels that their most comfortable self. especially with Raga being on 8 and 5, Choker now having a couple good moments, star players in general being very solid yesterday as well. He was probably their most consistent player across the series that they won against Drama. Maybe it was the Turkish telenovela in the background. Maybe that was the secret.
That's kind of... I can't believe... I still can't believe that was a thing.
It's a very Balkan thing. You can't believe it. I wouldn't be shocked if that is the case. When you are young, there's a lot of people that, you know, they would live in a smaller apartment or home with their family, and they would play on the PC, but then some of their family would either sleep in the same room or watch TV in the same room. Yeah. You can't really do anything about it. It's not your home. You can't just tell your dad or your mom or your auntie, get the hell out of here. I'm playing a video game. Ooh. Star Players is trapped. Very trapped. Does he want to make a move, though? Doesn't really feel like he's forced to right now.
Until
doesn't
the bomb...
like he has to.
Yeah, until the bomb's actually in a position to be planted, it doesn't feel like Star Players has got any reason to bite down on this. There's 20 seconds left on the clock right now. The upper bomb site. GXX.
Oh, no.
What is that shot? GXX is gone. It's now a 3 versus 2. Ray and Swizz are suddenly feeling incredibly antsy. They don't have any way to back off over here either, as Ray starts to look for a fight back into Mini. Will not find it. Star Players has picked up a second, third in total. Swizz all alone. Running away with things is Adron, and HYPERSPIRIT will find that second round in a row. Do they still have a chance to fight for 6?
Man, Star Players has been so impactful for this team over the course of the last couple of days. It's such a patient play, but it's unfortunate for GXX as well. The moment his teammates make their way onto the bomb side, this is where he should know that Star Players will make a move, and he just started moving forward. He was just not patient enough, I guess. He wanted to get closer to his teammates, make sure that he's going to be in a good spot to help him out, and this is exactly when Star Players goes for the peak. It's probably very frustrating from the POV of GXX. Of course, a quick reminder that all of this lovely Counter-Strike action is brought to you by Lorgar. Make sure you go and check them out. After all, the tournament is called Lorgar Rankings.
It's true.
Yeah.
And in my rankings, Lorgar is number 1.
I don't even have a rankings, because in order to have a rankings, you need to have more than one choice. I just have the one. It's just Lorgar. So it's not a ranking that I have as a choice. My choice. My choice.
This is the worst advertisement voiceover they've ever gotten. Astral's taking this sweet time with this progression over here. Full execute's being planned out towards the upper A bomb site, and I'm curious about what Swizz wants to get up to. From down below, wants to try and make his way out and be the second player coming in through vents. Chicardo forced away, being peeked out over Swizz. What a kill from him, and with that, this site is gone. 7 guaranteed, unless Adron can bring together a ridiculous defense, and that just isn't there. Swizz, that is not pathing I was ready to see.
It was a very good execute, all in all. Very solid stuff. It's obvious that these guys have put time on the server, and you know they're trying to play properly. Also, it is good to go for that type of an A hit straight away, because you know it's round number 11. You've not really done that yet. You've tried some stuff in towards the A bomb side, but it's been a little bit slower. Most of the time, it's been heavily relying on some early outside presence as well. So now you just go for the straight up A hit with the triple Molotov. You have one falling towards CT Vent and Brolan, one falling in towards the top of the hut, and another one in towards Mustang. Actually, it was Mustang and top hut and then backside, I think. But a 3 molly execute in towards the A bomb side with a mini smoke and a bunch of flashes is very difficult to defend, especially when you have 5 players running in. And now on the back of that A pop, they just go for the default outside utility and try and cross. They've done that a second time, by the way. This is a bit of a tell. Whenever they started with default smokes and then they replenished by hand on minute 10, they most of the time cross with 2 or 3 people. They've done that a couple times already on this map. That's why you see the instant rotation down the vent this time around from Chokerdao. He should be ready for something like it.
Let's see whether it actually ends up helping, though. He's not been able to get up to the same business that he did in the first 4 rounds, where it felt like a multi-kill every single round. Chocardo has not had very many kills or opportunities. Forced away in the jump spot. Will give out information, but he also has to give out a fight. Good for a quick pickup, and he's playing around this silo very well. 5-7 to help. Why does Neki turn around there? It's a big question.
He thought
and
he killed
Ray
him.
might be asking it.
He really thought he killed him. And he just turned around towards the ramp. He was like, yeah, I headshot this guy. I'm going to focus on the next fight. Chokerdao just posts his pistol out. Doesn't believe his luck. Triple kill going his way. Ray will give this one a go, but falling down the ladder is ill-advised. 5th round on the board for HYPERSPIRIT, and another one on the back of a big Chokerdao multi-kill down the B bomb side this time around.
I don't think you're allowed to get away with that quite so easily, but Chicago, credit out to him, he's always been very, very good in these small enclosed spaces, and the idea that maybe he just pulls off some ninjutsu to get away from Neki, hey man, you can go for it.
It's more like a genjutsu, right? Because you make him feel like he's killed you already. It's an illusion.
It's true.
Yeah. Look at us weaving around.
But does he have enough chakra for the rest of this half?
Oh my god, no. This is becoming very bad.
Smoked across and a flash
I've run
to help.
out of mana.
Neki. He's calling out the inner beast. It's not working. Maybe it's just not meant to be. HYPERSPIRIT are overrunning. The second arc of HYPERSPIRIT is now coming into fruition. They can make their way up into the A-bomb site, and with Dima already there, that bomb is going to be the real problem. Star players is low, peeks out, he's gone. GXX has been given a chance, and with Glocks picked up at close range, Astral, they do manage to bring it back. Nakama, the power of friendship.
God. I'm not sure if that was the power of friendship or the power of chaos. That's very wild. They realize it's the rotation player and the ramp player that are alive, so they just decide, hey, you know what, let's go A. But then the bomb gets caught off guard, and they try to get the fires dropping down. The USP's just getting the headshots. This was a pistol round that probably should have gone in favor of HYPERSPIRIT. It's a bit frustrating to let it go. Might cost you the map. Especially if Astro are able to put up a clean shift here on the anti-eco. Keep all 5 alive, at least not lose any of the rifles. Farm up the cash, open up a 4-round gap. That would put him in a very good spot.
Indeed it would. Quick pick on the star players as well on top of it all, and it's HYPERSPIRIT who are unable to get a single kill. So, right in the driver's seat.
All right, first buy round for HYPERSPIRIT on the T side. This is where it gets a little bit more important to pick up one. Instant molly top hut, smoke door, break it. Outside utility coming through as well. We're gonna see the diagonals instead of the default smokes, which was the, I guess, choice for Astro in the majority of these rounds. Going down the vent straight away and in a very audible fashion. Now you're trying to bait the door player with that drop to just walk out into the crosshair of your teammate, but if they don't get baited and they don't walk, at least you've given away a sound cue, and now the T should know there's a player down there. Thus, they can start exploring in towards hell a little bit more.
Dima's trying to come up from above in the meanwhile. Adren taking apart the double MP7 and MP9 push. The SMGs getting the better of him, and that is a good grenade. Doesn't quite do as much damage as he was hoping for, but as the T's look to start to fade the smoke, Dima is not going to find any targets unless Ray walks back into him. Ray should be aware of this possibility, but maybe he's not with GXX, saying that there's the all clear available. But Dima now turns away. He's found out this A bomb site is completely empty. They start to make their way back over. Dima,
They should.
whether he gets a kill over here or not, this has given them every access point imaginable. Quick kill onto Ray. A follow-up with Meow is gone. GXX is having a lot of unhappy words flung at him.
Yeah, this is a great play out of Demo. He was just so patient. He stood there for such a long time. They absolutely forgot he could have been there. Going up the ladder. Giving him a free kill. And GXX left in a 1 versus 3. And this is another, by the way, very good example of the fact that HYPERSPIRIT is actually a team that has somewhat of an idea on what they want to do on Nuke. You see the way that the outside game for Astral was a lot more simple when you think about it, where a lot of it just varied around the way that they use the default flip side smokes, right? And most of the time would just be the early smokes and then replenish, go down secret, or leave the AWP, go for an A play. Instantaneously, you're seeing a little bit more creativity coming out of HYPERSPIRIT. Diagonal smokes into the second wave of smokes, one in towards mini, another one in towards hell. You get a player deep, and you have a bunch of options like this. You have one player in towards lobby, meaning you can potentially split A with the guys from mini and play through the mini smoke. You've already secured outside, meaning that you can go down secret. The moment that they push lobby, you go down secret, you get fended off, you make it look like it's going to be a B commitment, but Demo was already securing your plan C. So this is HYPERSPIRIT playing around with a decent amount of depth, where you did have a lot of options no matter what was going on.
Can they create those options again is a big question. It's a much slower approach. You're not going to have any crazy access out towards hell. You're not going to have any litany of options. This time over, it's going to have to be a little bit more honest.
Yeah, you know the Yuto is a little bit lower on the CT side in this round. Money's probably not great. So even if they have HEs, it's not going to be multiple. And you want to wait it out a little bit. There goes the push now. Oper has fired a bullet, so you know where GXX is. And Raga's still going to keep on closing out the distance. GXX needs to be very careful. Spotted. Raga doesn't want to go for the reface. Dangerous. Swiss is dead. Should be.
Raga's going to be the trade over here as well. Astral, I mean, it doesn't matter if HYPERSPIRIT pull together a good-looking round or two. Unfortunately, Astral has just been dominating them every step of the way. And HYPERSPIRIT, I was ready to assume that this is going to be a team that is decent on Nuke and could probably even take...
I'll just say, this is still a winnable round, Moon. They're all coming in from the ramp. One late player from the vent, but he needs to be very late. If they fight ramp successfully, they could win this.
Jakardo's low, though, is a problem. Can they get anything out of him? It's a 1-for-1 trade, and it might not be enough, but star players at the very least will be given a ray of hope. That ray looking increasingly thin, but so is the timer on the bomb. Another quick kill found. Neki swings out as well. Perfect timing, and it's going to be that double-digit security that Astral's been hunting for.
That was very tricky, and this is going to be a close defuse. I think they should have it, though. Yeah, they do. If Chokerdao gets a second kill, and there was the Oper towards the back, and first player is on a nade out, if Chokerdao gets a double, this is a very winnable 2v4. It's still good effort coming out of HYPERSPIRIT on the T side, but yeah, I wouldn't say their ideas have been bad. I'd say Astral have been reacting pretty decently towards losing outside control. Even though Swiss does go 1-for-1, Neki was behind him, so Swiss was not fighting this one alone. Neki gets a double, then they push lobby, recognizing there was even more people towards outside. It's not been it's not been an ugly nuke, is what I'm trying to say. There is a level of logic to what both teams are trying to play. Deserves a little bit of credit. Maybe at times it could be a bit scrappy on the execution, but the ideas are definitely there. And in all seriousness, I'll say, it is a bit of a breath of fresh air to have a game where the teams are definitely trying to play proper Counter-Strike.
Yes. It's a good change to have. But also, what I like about it is up next is Dust2, dude. So I don't need to be looking at proper and prim all the time. I've got a nice little bit of sugar and spice going out. Which is the sugar, which is the spice? I mean, Dust2 is definitely the spice, to be fair.
I mean, technically, those are the two most reaction-based maps in the pool. Nuke and Dust2 have a lot more in common than people realize. Generally.
That's the first time I ever heard that sentence being said.
Yeah, they do have a lot in common.
Yeah, you play Counter-Strike on both of them.
No, it's just reaction-based Counter-Strike. On both maps, you're just trying to avoid the CT side up. On both maps, rotations could be punished in a matter of split second. Every move that you make could either win or lose you the round. You need to be very pinpoint and precise with the rotations, with the moves you make. It's very difficult to correct the wrong rotation on both Dust and Nuke. There's a lot of similarities when you think about it.
Yeah, just react, bro. Swizz and Ray are reacting to the T's that are trying to enter their territory. With the weak buy coming out from HYPERSPIRIT, there really wasn't much that they could do over here, but the fact that they get 0 kills, well, the Mandarin still has a chance. That chance seems to be dwindling down. Yeah, spotted out, taken down. Astral 5 alive, and that guarantees them money for at least what should be the rest of their campaign.
Yeah, this is it's not looking bad. Looking bad at all now for Astro. Running away with a clean win here. 4 out of 5 rounds they've won since the switch. CT side looking good. GXX hitting shots, but it's the rifles that have been very impressive as well. meowpop, who had a very slow start yesterday, but was actually one of the heroes towards the end of that Dust2. Against Alu Young. He's now playing on a very decent level.
Okay.
Swizz with another opening in towards outside. Double nade for the smoke is very tough for Raga to deal with.
Meow drops down and he will be able to spot out the first player as they start to push through the smoke. They are giving Meow everything he could possibly want. Neki then just finishes it off. It is 12-6 for Astral. They just keep looking better and better.
Look at that. Breaking the smoke straight away. Molly as well there. And Meow holding on with the defensive smoke. Firepower-wise, they've looked very comfortable, Astro.
Yeah.
And positioning. They've been able to put themselves in good spots to get kills and show that they actually have good mechanics. Something that wasn't quite the case yesterday at all times. In HYPERSPIRIT, regardless of having a couple moments where probably they could have been able to get into the map, look absolutely denied. Ray doesn't know there's a player out. Still able to get the kill. God.
That might be a summary of how the game's been going for Adron. Unfortunately, he's really been suffering. Meow's looking for information. Might be getting more than he's ready to receive. Backs off immediately, not ready to look at the post man in the eye. Will let him knock on the door himself. Shakar, though, taken down, and GXX is there to offer support. This is going to be a very quick win for Astral on their own map pick, and the idea that they're going to go into Dust2, but looking like they've got this much firepower, this much cohesiveness, it is a scary, scary prospect.
No, absolutely. This was probably the cleanest map of Counter-Strike that we've seen out of Astral so far in this tournament, and the fact that they switch it up and they go over towards Nuke. We were asking some questions after the good performances out of HYPERSPIRIT on this map a couple of days ago, and they do get away with such...
It's definitely going to be the X factor for them, but Raga coming through as well as Ricardo with the performance that he was putting forward in the anchoring department. But for me, the problem is just when you put together Neki, Ray, and Meow, or even Neki, Ray, and Swizz with the 3-rifle trio that Astral's been able to put forward in this last map and also in yesterday's better performances. I'm concerned, man. That's all I've got to say right now. But HYPERSPIRIT, they can assuage my concerns with a pistol win should they find it.
Well, it is a little bit of CT side aggression coming in. Neki already making his lane towards lower. He's got the help of Meow. Instant deletion onto Adron, and they've spotted the second player as well. This is getting even better now for Astro because they have the information. Swizz is locked in towards top middle, and he will lock in that kill onto Dima. Already looking like a very disturbed fist. So fully blinded are the Julies, and Neki will eventually bite the dust, but there's so many players around the B bomb side for the CTs.
Meow's being pushed back over here, but in his fadeaway, he picks up 2, and GXX will finish out what he started. Astral, despite what could have ended up being a slightly more tricky situation, have got a good 1-2 punch out on the B bomb site. HYPERSPIRIT will lose out that pistol. Raga immediately buying into the scout.
I guess that's the difference between having Meow start 1-11 and having him pop off from the very beginning. A triple kill in the pistol here for the Julies of meowpop. M4 is going out straight away. Half by, well, Eco actually, with the hero scout for Raga on the other side. Pretty common for a Dust2. He spotted the player towards the back of Ag's box. A little bit of help needed. Gotta be careful. He did stay alive for much longer than what I thought after missing the first shot. Eventually will go down.
GXX. Demon GXX over here, just trying to find out who's going to get the money. Swizz will be the player to snipe it away. GXX can't get the MP9 kill, and in fact, he gets mowed down by the Glock on the side. HYPERSPIRIT are still going to be unable to punish this heavy aggression down middle. Nothing too surprising over there with why they came into this round, with Astral keep 4 players alive. Yeah,
they nearly lose more players. It wasn't the cleanest anti-eco kills that you've seen all day long, but in the end of the day, they hold on to all the rifles. This is what matters. Now you can put GXX on a scout potentially, or even a glass cannon if he really wants to opt for it. Probably not the play, considering that Raga's going to have a scout again. And yeah, GXX might as well just go for the armor. Would have been a little bit risky. Ooh, there's the first tag.
It's not from Raga. GXX continues to try and play with fire over here, but Raga's also being delayed because of it. HYPERSPIRIT are going to be relying on a late take back into mid. Swizz, he's getting so aggressive over here, and he has to be careful. This grenade is juicy, though. It's going to be blowing up Jakarta's side. Fortunately for them, they've already gotten a refrag onto that grenade. Neki taken down. And his attempts to steer down middle will be popped open instead.
Yeah, this was just the SMG though, and GXX, he's gonna drop that one over for himself. This is a big pickup. Raga goes down. GXX still looking for more in towards mid with the scout. He dropped the SMG in towards the B side if he wants to play a retake, or if he needs to play a retake there. The bomb is slowly making its way out short though. GXX needs to be very careful.
Massive. Okay, that's a big one. GXX follows up as well. Chicardo put down.
The bomb
and that gives more than enough space for the M4s to come over, play safeguard, and they will make sure that GXX's efforts are not just going to be limited to 3. It's 4 big kills. You said he needs to take control. I think he took your words to heart.
He's a giant. That's what the G in GXX stands for in this round. What a big play that is. That puts you on the right track. These are all very difficult shots, by the way. The first kill is probably the most standard one ever because it's a tag scout. He just goes for the peak, wins the fight. This here, he should be dead 9 out of 10 times. The fact that he's able to get even 1 kill is impressive. Swizz had tagged down Dima, so second one was a body shot, and then he even gets the last headshot. This is just such a perfect round out of GXX. You almost want to see him stay on the scout. But I guess he's got an AK. That's a little bit more fun.
Solid 8 damage on the Raga. All about making sure you just keep weapons alive. Well, you don't want to waste money. Don't waste incendiaries. That HE is put to very good use.
Nice pickup. Over the edge of the smoke, star players goes down. That's the AK of GXX, 6 and 1 and counting. Astro have already made this abundantly clear. They want to close this one out in a 2-0 fashion. Just gonna keep these rounds clean. That's exactly what Neki's doing. Nice little double. There goes Swizz. 5 alive. Money in the bank. 4-0 up. HYPERSPIRIT need a response. Might be time for a tactical timeout. That's exactly what they go for.
And they need a hero, and I don't know if that's going to be the voice of their coach. I don't know what kind of adjustments you can ask to make over here. There's so many places where you're just losing the duel. They're not getting a bomb plant in. This isn't just a simple matter of, hey, maybe we're getting some miscommunication in the late rounds. Hey, maybe our setup is wrong. A lot of the times, sure, maybe they haven't been getting the perfect read, but you're just losing duels.
Astral just look very comfortable. Very comfortable right now. I don't know what it was yesterday, but it just feels like it's a completely different team. They're much more ready to play. Speaking of which, make sure you go and check out Lorgar. Banner below the stream, links in the chat. There's a giveaway of around 30 products. You can win a PC, you can win a desk, you can win a racing cockpit, and you can win our hearts.
If you take a screenshot of yourself going over to Lorgar, tweet the StarLadder account, tweet Lorgar, and let them know you came over here from the Lorgar Rank series. That's my heart for you there and then.
Yeah, in case no one loves you, Mamoon will love you if you do that.
It's true. In case no one loves me, please let me. Swizz is going to be the main man, and he doesn't want to be. Incredibly lonely and backs off the elbow instead. This is the best setup that we could have had from HYPERSPIRIT in quite a while. There's no one on the A side. 2 players along, waiting for the retake, and GXX is forced back. Even though he does have the AK-47, he wants to regroup with the rest of his team and not look for the early multi-fight. CT side utility also quite low. Full 5 versus 5. HYPERSPIRIT have every position that they could possibly want. This
is not going to be an easy retake. They don't have a whole lot of utility. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, 3 players coming out of long, and there's an AWP on the other side. They are hoping to catch a lurk off guard, but there's no such thing going on. They need to find a way to deal with the AWP of Raga.
Star players taken down by Neki over here. Ooh. And they've got themselves Chicardo as well. Raga responds. Aaron and Raga are just keeping it all under control.
Oh, he's
fantastic stuff from Meow, though. I don't know if he has time. It doesn't look like he will, but he'll take the risk regardless. It's right down to the wire, and that wire is not really looking all that helpful. Doesn't matter. Astral will get it done. 5-0. meowpop, the hero of that retake.
This is mental. He just spams both of them through the smoke. He had the information. He was just praying that the bullets would connect. A 5v5 retake without a singular flash on the A bomb side, with an AWP having a smoke to play around. This is not easy. Good work coming out of Braga, and look at that. They didn't have the time to escape. Meow playing through his own teammates' smoke with the bullets. And he's able to reach the bomb just in time. 5-0 HYPERSPIRIT getting close though, and now picking up the pace in towards long is Raga.
Ray's lucky to dodge out those bullets over there, but feels like Astral's had every bit of luck going their way anyway. Push forward into the upper tunnels. Chicardo is not going to be particularly happy about this repeat. meowpop finds his first death, and Chicardo wants to get more than just the one. Information is plenty. Coles rotates back over to the B-bomb site.
This is interesting, by the way. The bomb is now doubling back. Do the CTs realize what's going on? They will re-clear middle. If they get the kill on star players into our top mid, which they will, and they don't see anything else, no long presence has been felt. Raga doesn't even have utility to sell the fake. GXX needs to be very careful. They play it instead through the smoke, but he's still able to claim that first kill. That's going to give it away. Eyes on the tunnels. Look at the double flank.
Bomb has been planted.
Dima's on the other side of the map. He can't really help them. Oh, not Dima. Sorry. It's Raga.
Everyone has to be very careful over here. Ray might be taken down, but it's going to be a trade right back over. Neki's got everything to do over here. This 1 versus 1 is all that matters, and when he doesn't win it out, then GXX's position that was all reliant on stopping rotations is going to be immaterial as well. HYPERSPIRIT get their first on the board, and it's an important place to get it. If GXX gets taken down over here, it's going to be even more so. They take away every weapon for the CT side, and a round after they only had 1 alive. This could be HYPERSPIRIT's chance to reset economy and be truly back in this game.
I can't believe it, but Raga actually finds a way to be very impactful, because he was the reason that GXX was just stuck in towards middle. They had a 2 versus 2, and it all comes down to the 1v1 between Neki and the player on the bomb side. You get that kill, you probably win the round. There was no way Raga was crossing in time, so yeah, it just comes down to a singular 1v1 standoff. Oh, peek. Oh, Raga fires a bullet. Doesn't realize it, but that actually saved his life. GXX would have peeked in a second. Raga goes back for more. Both of them are not shying away from the fights in towards middle. Not really. Look at GXX. He's already on B.
But that doesn't seem to HYPERSPIRIT want to go. Nike with the flashbang peeking out into middle. Raga is gone. The grenade should finish off the next as well. Chicago, goodbye. It was a good round from you in the previous, and now suddenly, well, that incendiary's not gone where it wants to. Star Players has a pathway forward, but he's just been routed into Ray. 1 versus 5. And all he can really hope to take away is money, and even not much of that.
This is very... It's very frustrating if you're HYPERSPIRIT, because you finally win a round. You win it on the back of some shenanigans and some individuality stepping up in the previous, and then you get completely shut down. You didn't even realize there was a player in towards lower. That's why the Oper just peeks in such a brave fashion. They cross in towards lower because of the HEs at the start, but he thought it was just the coverage for the B cross. It was such a targeted round in towards the B bomb side. Double push upper, one guy lower, late flash to peak, Oper behind him. It's such a cool setup out of Astro. Ooh. A bit
is gone. Listen, any kill from a deagle is never ugly to me. Because I'm an appreciator of inner beauty. And
sure.
I believe in potential.
All right.
And that's why I don't think you're beautiful. You don't have any potential, Ted. What the hell, dude? As a Counter-Strike player, Ted.
Right. I don't really know what's going on with Moon, but all right.
Yeah. HYPERSPIRIT over here, though. Serious potential to try and bring this round back in.
Regrouping for a B play. meowpop is left alone, but he is playing a very difficult to clear off angle when you're just walking out and you need to be worried about so many positions and you don't have any utility bar or flash. You're never hard clearing this angle. I'm just calling it. He gets at least one, probably two.
No, shot overhead, drops down the bomb as well. That shouldn't matter too much. It's not in a position where Raga has to go for the crossover. Otherwise, even GXX could have ended the round before the bomb could even be planted. But coming in from behind, Swizz not expected. It is Astral on 7. How does HYPERSPIRIT come back into this? And I realize I ask you this while 2 of their players are unfortunately 1-7 and 1-8.
Sure.
I just don't see a way tactically for them to do it. Is this just as simple as, bro, just hit your shots?
I think it's an amalgamation of a couple things. It's obviously not as simple as just start shooting back, but this is one of the important factors of Counter-Strike. I think if you are HYPERSPIRIT, you have 2 options. The first option is believe that you can deal with some of these aggressive plays out of the CTs and you know, slow things down a little bit, play the defaults, control the map, but you've been oftentimes getting caught off guard and outplayed in the mid to late round. So I think maybe you could give it a go with something a little bit pacier. Try and play with the spawns a little bit, be unpredictable, right? You get a good B spawn, try a B pop. You get a good long spawn, try and go out long and fight Ray. These are some of the things that you haven't really done too much. You focused a little bit more in towards the middle part of the map, and I feel like Astro have gotten used to it. So maybe simplify the game and go for something straightforward from spawn. Well, that feels nice.
Meow, however, doesn't feel all the best after the flashbang. Beautiful stuff for star players to be able to get the immediate kill. Sometimes it's just as simple as going B. It's not going to be quite as simple to hold on to it. CTs have got every reason to want to try and go forward and retake this. They've got so much utility, a boost up for GXX that doesn't feel like it's going to be offering up much. A stray shot that will still be blocked off, and with the T still having one more smoke, Astral probably should move back to save their money. Isn't in the best place.
Well, the explanation about why they decided to go for this round is kind of like the same that we had in the conversation a couple of seconds ago. So, yeah. I think they made the right choice. They get a full buy round with all 5 alive for the first time since the start of this series, probably. Exactly what they needed. Makes you feel very good, especially when it's on the back of a tactical timeout. Thing is, you need more than these 2 rounds. Anything less than 4, 5 rounds on that T side will make you feel a little bit helpless for the second half. Well, not helpless, but will mean that you just don't have a massive margin for error, which is never a good thing in a game of Counter-Strike. What will the response of Astro be now?
Jakarta's really going out slowly towards the long doors. I'm not sure what the setup was supposed to be. Maybe a late retake out towards long. They decide against it.
There's a lower player again. And again, I think they might not know. Well, now they do.
Well, you know, just to make sure. GXX with the smoke down will be able to back off and away.
It's good teamwork, by the way. GXX was flashing for Neki to get out of dodge. Or Neki was flashing for GXX, sorry, but yeah, either way. Not leaving that lower player to mind his own business and deal with the situation alone. And you can instantly see the shift from Astro. After the previous round, now they let go of middle a little bit more and they focus on the extremities. Seeing that this is what worked for HYPERSPIRIT, so you let the Romanians take control of middle.
Swizz is the man who's going to be very tricky, and the fact that Raga's going this far forward with the bomb is scary.
It's a very deadly setup.
Sendiri will force him away, and the T's are still committed out to this. You are not going to survive the HE plus 2-man onslaught. They realize it as well. They back off and it's straight in through short. No, they're re-guessing. They're going mid to B. And star players will still have to face down Neki. Neki's caught out in the open. He doesn't know where to go. He's completely confused, lost in the sauce, and he's being cooked alive. And with Chicardo trying to make sure he can play containment for these rotates, the only player who could feasibly make his way over is Ray. And he's not going to want to. Swizz gets one more kill, but this 3-on-3 is surely not something you want to commit to. Do you want to go in for this?
They could. Ray's going to get the kill onto Dima, probably. Dima's not looking T-spawn right now. Oh, he's seen him. They've seen him. Yeah, there goes the kill. Do you give it a go? They're not going to be ready for 3 players coming out of tunnels, by the way. And the Oprah gets the kill. No one's looking.
No.
They didn't know about the player up close. They knew only about the rifle. And now it's just Atron. A 1 versus 3. They've spotted him out. There's still enough time. They just need to get the kill and get onto the defuse. They pulled this one off. The Oprah gets the kill. They will have enough time. It's close, but they've got it.
Not again.
Oh, God. They didn't know there was a rifle close by. That's why the Oprah doesn't turn around. He's just not aware of the timing. They thought it was a safe, and Diop just gets the kill from deep T-spawn. They had no clue there was a guy that was already inside of the tunnels, basically. It's just a matter of who gets the kill that creates that timing. Now, was that a conscious decision out of Astral? I don't know. If it is, this is a very intelligent approach. Very intelligent play to let the Oprah get the kill.
Molotov down at the feet of Raga, but Raga doesn't care. He can be on fire in more ways than one. Swizz's push forward is what gives him the equalizer. Astral still threatened once again out towards the B-bomb side. meowpop expected, but with a Molotov sailing over his way, he's got no choice but to fight his way out. Oh my goodness, he's doing it. Even saves himself with a quick step up. This is 9 for Astral, and meowpop immutable on this B-bomb site.
He just exploded with that hold, but look at the response out of Astro as well. They lose that opener, top mid push, they realize it's B. meowpop just plays his life for as long as possible. Peaks gets the kill right before the flash and even stays alive. It's just textbook B holding right now. No one swings towards the car as well. There's a kill coming in from Neki right here, and that saves meowpop's life as well, allows him to get another one. 9 rounds on the CT side. This is looking like a very quick 2-0 in favor of Astro, potentially.
Head in his hands, man. I understand. How have we gone from the most chaotic day yesterday with every single game looking like we've got no idea who's going to win the series to now just a little bit of clapping. Applause for Astral, of course. Flash is out and about, and Swizz in the open is going to be defended by Ray. GXX, he's had his own moments, especially looking back to that scout, but right now not needed. Neki picks up another 5-on-3 with Adren being incredibly low. And an incendiary that forces Dima to be separated from the rest of his team. He's got nothing to find on this A-bomb site. And GXX takes down one of the last healthy players for HYPERSPIRIT.
A 2v5 is far from ideal, but a 2-10 is even worse. Dima does drop GXX. This is still such a dire result for HYPERSPIRIT. What a performance out of Astral. What a change between yesterday and today.
Yeah, man.
Or was Dalu Young really that good? Maybe.
That last series is about to tell us, I suppose.
Ooh.
That's not supposed to happen, though. And now suddenly there's an option for this no longer being a 10-2.
Yeah, hesitation out of Ray.
Deep Molotov into short is going to secure them a pathway back. They want to contest long. They think it's going to be a solitary lurking presence at most. But Adren is low. This is not going to be a one fight for him. And with two players on the other side, HYPERSPIRIT never were really in contention of getting that one done. Astral is going to be able to find the defuse over here and put themselves on double digits at the end of this first half.
It's been a very impressive showing. A 2-0 might be on the way here for Astro, and the play-ins might be laying in wait. This is the real potential of this lineup. The real face that they want to be showing. HYPERSPIRIT have not been able to show up and play the quality of Counter-Strike that we expect, even from an individual point of view. This is a team with so much firepower, so many heavy hitters. Choker, that was 1-11 at halftime. Star players is 6-11. Their top fraggers have 7 kills apiece at halftime. This is 25 kills across 5 players across 12 rounds. You can do the maths.
Can I? That's a lot of pressure.
Well, 25 kills over 12 rounds means that they're averaging how much?
2.5.
It's not 2.5. I misled you.
Yeah, I was like, wait, am I? It's
Yeah,
a little bit
they're
more than
averaging.
that.
They're averaging a little bit. They're averaging 2.2 kills per round.
Okay, Raga. I'll take that one home. Sure, Chicardo as well. Let's Raga get another one. He's just being nice about it, but now the Raga's been put down. You know,
Surpass the
Chicardo's
average.
Come alive.
Oh, they can still win this. It depends on how many kills can meowpop's Glock gobble up in towards middle. There's 4 people running at him. Well, 3 now. If he gets 2, there's 1. Okay, and it's just the 1.
Sprizz is taking a very tricky angle with the Glock and will end up being taken down in the end. HYPERSPIRIT are going to be able to find that next best round. If I'm not wrong, they've won both pistols, haven't they? No, they haven't. Actually, I am completely wrong. I'm confusing this with Nuke, where they won the pistol in the first half. GXX pulls out the scout. We saw how good he was with it, so it is always going to be forgivable.
All right. A little bit of football action. Are you into... You're not really into football, are you?
Not even slightly, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. A couple times I've started asking you a question and then I realized I actually think I know this about you.
Maybe you can contribute by asking it anyway. You know, open this up for the people.
Yeah.
Ask me my favorite football team.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite football team?
Arsenal.
All
Don't
right.
know why.
You actually do have a favorite football team.
I actually do.
You just decided you want them to be your favorite team without a reason.
No, I actually decided when I was in like grade 5.
Okay.
Because I went out to buy football shoes for the first time ever, and there was this. I won't name the brand because I do think this is an international brand, but like they had this deal where I could get these like football cleats for only, I think the equivalent would have been like $12.
All right.
And they had the Arsenal logo on them. And I was like, dude, these are the cheapest football shoes I've ever gotten. Those are the only ones I would have ever been able to afford. So I was like, this team has made it so I can get myself $12 shoes. I'm going to be a fan for them for the rest of my life. Turns out those shoes were not original. So Arsenal did nothing to help me there.
Yeah.
But you know what? Connections are made in strange ways. And right now they're hoping to make a connection out in upper tunnel. Chicardo and meowpop both getting a kill apiece. And Meow backing off. Chicardo will likely do the same.
It is a funny story, by the way. The moment you told me it had the Arsenal logo, I realized it wouldn't be, you know, the most expensive thing ever, and it wouldn't be produced by the...
Is that a thing?
I mean, yeah, there's different companies that they can make football shoes or boots in partnership with a team or a player, but it's usually not that they have their own brand of shoes, you know.
Right, got it. Stop is. Incendiary, well timed, but it doesn't matter. He's lost his life. He jumps up because he wants to get information as well as the damage from the incendiary. That's asking for too much, Chicardo.
Ray's still here.
Sprays away. He's praying, and Ray is... Well, he's making things more difficult.
Yeah, star players just underestimated the situation. The moment that you spot one player, you're deploying that Molotov and praying they don't run through. Or if they run through, you're praying that you're going to be able to get at least 1 or 2 kills. Raga will drop Ray, but... unfortunately, this round is already over. Astral are gonna be moving up to 11. Joker now and Raga holding on to the AKs. At least there will be enough money to get yourselves and open a bunch of guns going into the next. But this is going to be Astral 2 away from running away with this map in the series. Swizz, meowpop, both of them having a great map to play. On Dust, especially for meowpop, has been a very good, I want to say, comeback story after the start that he had yesterday in the series.
Yeah.
From the ending on Dust2 against Alu Young through Nuke and now on Dust2, he's been excellent. He's been a very solid and steady anchor for them.
He's just making sure he's more memorable. That's what it is.
He's a very sharp
Everyone
aimer.
remembers a comeback story more than they remember just, oh yeah, he's a good anchor. To be fair, 14-6 is more than just good right now.
Yeah.
And one thing I can guarantee you, Ted, HYPERSPIRIT are not going to forget him. As much as they might like to. 2 rounds away from a spot in the play-ins. Raga is hoping to find a miracle comeback.
That's what I call a booty peek. He just jiggled with his butt. Raga does land a bullet. It's going to be for 48 damage. The A play is still coming in. That's a good spam coming out of Dima. A little bit of bonus damage onto the second player as well. And now with meowpop going down, should be impossible to pick up this round.
Say that, but Dima is not feeling quite that same way. Will be taken out of a hair. It's a 2 versus 3. Chicardo. He's not really giving up his position at all. Swizz and GXX are low, so you should be right, Ted. Ooh. Okay. That's some good shots to make sure that you are.
Yeah, that was a good defense. You didn't give them too much. You had them contained in towards long. You deal with the mid player. You never panicked, never fought more than you had to. You bought enough time for the rotations to arrive. The defensive smoke in towards short. The Avenger one. Actually decent to navigate your way around. And a tactical timeout out of Astral. Now, I like this tack. There's still a pretty big difference between the two teams, but we've already seen Astral have an 11-3 lead on the map and let it slip and go into overtime. Some of you might remember the very funny part of this story is that this map was Dust2, and they did struggle on the CT side. Now they're on the T side, though.
Yes. And everyone knows you can't struggle on Dust2 T side.
Never.
It's never happened in the history of Counter-Strike. It's actually quite impressive when you think about it.
It's
Dust2's been around for
it's happened so many times
years.
to me, by the way. So many times to me.
Dude, it's so annoying actually. Whenever you get a CT opera in front of you, it feels like, hey, he's just everywhere every single time. That's what Raga might have to be. He's trying. He's certainly trying. But GXX is there. The counterpunch available.
Much needed.
And put to good use.
Very much needed. And now they have an avenue to take middle control, thinking about walking out. Second op will be recovered, which is actually a big pickup because now the CTs can't get their hands on it. And regardless of the util damage, 2 ops on the T side could be a little bit deadly. Who's fighting into our short? He's fading the short smoke. That's Joker now. He's committed. He's not moving.
Yeah, and there's an op trained onto him.
That's very weird. This is a very weird play. Now with Dima pushing long, it doesn't feel that weird, but he still is a little bit alone on that mission. And they know Dima's push long. These 2 players have just left the B bomb site.
GXX is trying to get the kill onto Dima over here. He misses the shot. Dima will back off. There's reasons to start to go back over to B. Meow will certainly explore it, but with his AWP, he has to abandon that weapon if he wants to be going forward as a solitary lurk. HYPERSPIRIT are getting nervous. The clock is their biggest enemy right now. That's what they feel like, and they've made noise going back over to the B bomb site. Star Players is hoping that noise can be some sort of a prompt for them to be forced back in the middle, but it is going to be a 2 versus 1. They can't start to take the peak versus Dima. Flashes now. GXX just gets the kill immediately. Star Player is completely alone. Doesn't know where to go. Time might be running out, but he needs to get the kill onto the bomb plant and no one else. GXX 3 kills and now 4. And Adren, I know you want to go for the clutch over here, but it does feel like you've got no option of winning it. GXX looking for the ace and a swing back out from Swayze. GXX needs the ace. He will deliver. Astral, you said that GXX needs to step up and stand tall in Dust2 that scout round, and now this op ace. He's done it in a couple of very critical rounds.
Yeah, you wanted the big old GXX to step up and carry on his team with the op on Dust2. That's exactly what he's doing. The oping paradise that Dust2 is, and GXX putting his team on his own back. What a 5k out of him. And the fact that he even missed a couple times, but every single time he repeaked and he had to land the shot, otherwise he was losing the round. He was able to get it. 16-8, 15-8 for Swizz, 14-8 for meowpop. What a performance that's been for Astro, and Dima's the first one to fall in what could be the final round of the series.
Astral's not playing around. This is not going to be one of those situations where they allow the enemy team to come back to 13-11. Swizz, he's happy with the 1-for-1 at this point, as long as the MAC-10 down below doesn't give anything up. Raga goes and schedules a meeting with a grenade. It's a pop-up meeting, and Adren's hoping to pop back up into middle. Ray will be able to spot him out, take him down. Raga moves all the way back over, but a revelation of players in pursuit. It is Ray who fights off the oppa. Chicardo, the last one alive. Astral will move forward to the play-ins. They look untouchable. This is really on a different level.
Yeah, absolutely. Topping Group D. A great performance out of Astral, all in all, especially after yesterday's game against the side of Dalu Young. It felt like there was a lot to be desired, even though they did get the win towards the end. But today was much cleaner.